All right, hey everybody, welcome back to video number 3. Here we're going to talk about insane conversion engineering. In fact, we're going to talk about persuasion and conversion strategies so certain of success they ought to require a weapons permit. In other words, we're going to be talking about some very, very deep, very ninja, very persuasive, very I don't want to say advanced, but yeah, I'm going to keep it very, very simple for you to understand. You know, this is my challenge for you. We don't have I can be here talking to you for about 3 days, non-stop, literally about this topic, because there's just so much to cover. But I want to respect your time, right? And I want to give you the most relevant information in the shortest period of time possible, right? And so my goal is in this video, for this particular training session, to be worth, kid you not, to be worth $1 million for you or more. And you know what? It can be worth that much and much, much more if you pay very close attention, if you shut all the distractions right now. I don't know what you got going on. Listen, you might have Facebook, you might have Skype beeping, you might have phone going off and whatnot, right? Listen, for the next several minutes when you and I together here with you, right? I want you to pay very close attention, not for my sake, for your sake. Because what I'm going to do with you is I'm going to share with you ideas and strategies that I have been implementing in my business. You know, we got to the point to where we're going to be talking about the fun part. We're going to be talking about like how do you get money, right? From your prospects, from your list, from your traffic, right? I don't think there is anything else that's more important for a marketer to learn and understand, right? Other than, the stuff we're going to be talking about right now in this video, right? So obviously traffic is important, but conversion is just as important. If you don't know how to convert your traffic into leads and leads into customers, you don't have a business, right? So in this video, we're going to be talking exactly about that stuff. And it's going to be pretty advanced material. I'm going to tell you that much, right? So you might want to watch this video several times. Before we dive into this, listen, couple things. First of all, congratulations for getting here. I assume that you had an opportunity to watch, the last 2 videos, video 1, video 2. Very important. If you haven't, you want to pause this video, go back and watch those videos first. The reason I'm so adamant about this is because the way I'm presenting this particular training series for you is for a reason. There is a reason. There is a certain amount of psychology behind this stuff, because this video is going to make no sense to you if you have not watched video 2 or video 1. Because in video 1, right, we talked about the 7 steps. I kind of laid out a bird's eye view, so to speak. The landscaping. Talked about some specific strategies, some very stealthy techniques you can implement, strategic positioning, and all that stuff in your marketing. Very important. In video 2, we talked about traffic, right? I gave you a lot of ideas about traffic, and of course, High Traffic Academy is all about traffic. In this video, we're gonna cover the second component, which is conversion. All right, so it's very important for you to watch this stuff, and all I'm gonna do from my side is I'm gonna share with you what's working for me very, very well. Listen. These ideas, the stuff I'm sharing with you in this training series, I literally went from being nobody in the industry about 10 years ago to becoming #1 income earner in any company that I ever stepped into. And I kid you not, there was not a single one promotion, right, after I got these strategies for the last good solid about 7 years now, right? Where I started to promote, whether it was somebody else's product, whether it was a company that I was a part of, whether it was a business opportunity that I joined, right? And I didn't dominate. Every single promotion, every single campaign, every single company I joined, every single product I promoted, including my own, I dominated in everything, right? And it's not because Vick, this somebody special or has these weird abilities, right? No, it's because Vick knows this stuff, right? And you can do the same thing, right? I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what I've been doing, and so you can model it. If you want to model it, great. So listen, I am ready to go. I got my water here with me. I'm just actually going to put it to the side over here. Hope you got your notes. Let's dive deep into this right now. All right. So here, check this out. I've got this. This Skype from one of my Skype contacts the other day, and here's what this lady says. She says, okay, Vick, why is 97% fail? What are internet marketing companies doing wrong, in your opinion, if this is the case, at least some spelling, grammar errors here. Why McDonald's franchise model work well and not internet marketing franchise model? So in other words, what this person is saying, what she was asking me was, and again, there was conversation going on, I don't want to bore you with that, but bottom line here is this, and this is a valid concern. I see this happens a lot in our industry, right? So we hear all these, network marketing companies, a lot of the gurus out there who has their own system that they want us to promote, right? Saying, hey, we have this franchise model, right? We have this McDonald's model. All you need to do is just send traffic to it, and you're going to be golden, right? Did you try that? How did it work out for you, right? We both know that doesn't work the way that it's being advertised. Why? Well, I think the reason that the traditional McDonald's franchise model works well, right, is because people have to actually invest $200,000 up to probably up to $2 million for to open up a McDonald's franchise, right? Now, not everybody can do that, so the competition in that world is very, very low. Does that make sense? There's only so many McDonald's out there, right? When it comes to online, it's easy for anybody to join a program for $25. Right, to come up with $25, join a program, and they expect to become a millionaire tomorrow because they think that this is going to be a McDonald's franchise model. Does that make sense? Right, and so what happens is there is a lot of competition over here in our space, and people are competing between one another, and affiliates are competing, promoting products, and so this model doesn't work unless you know what you're doing, right? And so what I would like to do in this video is we're gonna tackle this, right? Because there is a big giant problem, right? There is a big giant problem, and what is the big problem? Well, the big problem is this: as awesome as this industry is, right? You joined this industry because chances are you probably wanted to have a better lifestyle, right? Maybe you wanted to make more money. You wanted to spend more time with your family. You wanted to have the better things in life, which is great. There is nothing wrong with that. But there is one big problem, right? Here, I surveyed a lot of people, and I always do that, right, in my marketplace. And here, I said, one of the survey questions I sent out, I said, hey, how much money are you currently earning on the internet? Now, check out some of these responses. Now, 1,900 people took this survey. This is one of the more recent ones, right? 57% of people are earning $0. 57% earn $0 on the internet. Pretty sad, right? Check it out. Between $1 and $100 a month, 23%. Between those two, right, you got 80.22% of people earn less than $100 a month. 80% of people. Here is where it gets really, really crazy. Check it out. The next line there, between $100 and $1,000 a month, another 12%. Altogether, top three categories, right, top three answers, 92.69%, as you can see here, earn less than $1,000 a month. My friend, 92%. 92% of people in our space right now, everybody that you're listening to, earning less than $1,000 a month. It's a big, big problem. And then what's going on over here is there is a lot of blind leading the blind syndrome, because a lot of these guys who are earning less than $1,000 a month, they're trying to teach us, right? They're trying to pretend to be somebody that they're not, and they're saying, hey, follow me. I'm going to teach you how to make $20,000 a month. You see what's going on there, right? And so that's what's going on in this industry a lot. And so what my fight is to change these statistics. And you know what? It's going to start with you. It's going to start with me. It's going to start with a person who understands and realizes. The reason I'm showing you this is for a couple of reasons. Number one, don't believe everything you hear out there, right? Numbers don't lie. Statistics don't lie, right? 92% of people earn less than $1,000 a month. You got to be very careful who you listen to. Number two, knowing this, you have perspective, right? And you know how to talk and what to focus on when you are building your business in this industry, right? And so what I am confident about is, you know what? The stuff I'm going to be teaching you here in this video, starting in this video, if you are a part of that statistic right now, okay, you can change. You have that power, you have that ability, and you deserve a better, result, right? I don't know what your situation is, but if you are a part of that, if you're earning less than $1,000 a month, like the 92% of people in our space, right? You can get out from that, right? And you can actually stand head and shoulders above the typical marketers, that's what these guys are typical. But you've got to understand how to do it, right? And there are certain things we need to do in a certain way. That make sense? So the next question I said, look, so what is stopping you? And there was another question between this. I asked, what their goals were, blah, blah, blah. But then this is important as well. I said, hey, what's stopping you from reaching your income goal? Okay. And then, some of the answers here were, I don't know how to convert leads into customers, 53% information overload. I don't know if you ever, experienced that for yourself. I don't know how to drive traffic to my site. So bottom line is 98.79% of people in our space, again, you might be one of them, right? I don't know your situation. But 98% of people are basically saying my problem is traffic and conversions. And it's a valid concern. It's a valid response because when it comes to being successful, when it comes to breaking through, right, and stepping out from that, that typical world of marketers, right? If you want to be extraordinary, first of all, listen to me. You can, right? It's going to take a decision on your part. That's all. Decision and action. That's it. Decision, action. Think about it. Decision, action. Decision, action. Decision, action. I will do everything from my side to help you. Okay? If you're ready, I believe I can help you break through. Okay? You need to understand a couple things. Number one, you need to understand there is this world of marketing, right? So on one side we have traffic. Okay? People don't understand how to get traffic and then how to convert that traffic into traffic and conversions. This is the two pillars that you need to get really, 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 really good at. Okay. Now, when it comes to traffic, traffic is easy part. In the last video, I talked to you a little bit about traffic, right? In High Traffic Academy, I'm going to teach you tons about traffic. In fact, you're going to be a traffic master. You're going to be a traffic ninja, right? By the time we're done with, some of the trainings you're going to be learning from, High Traffic Academy. Easy, very, very easy part. Okay. Getting traffic is easy. Okay. Now, where most people mess up, the 98% or the 92% people who are earning less than $1,000 a month, and if you're one of them, check it out. The reason they're not earning that money is because people think that this is their marketing, and this is not. Okay, your marketing becomes. Well, I'm going to show you in a minute here, but there is three things we need to understand. Okay, for you to get conversions. Conversions is a byproduct. It's a default. It's going to happen by default as a result of certain things you do in a certain way as a marketer. And the stuff I'm going to be talking about right now is it may go over your ears just because it may be a little bit advanced. Maybe it's because nobody else is talking about this, right? But I want you to pay attention because I'm going to be showing you. We're going to be talking some very, very strategic stuff, right, over here, and strategic ideas. Is exactly how you can implement them, and then we're going to be talking about practical implementation as well. I'm going to be showing you specific examples. It's going to be fun, and of course, we're going to keep it a workshop style here. This video. So there are certain things we need to understand. Okay, we need to understand the foundational stuff here is something I call invisible influence. Okay. Okay, most marketers have no clue what this means. Okay, when I say invisible influence, but everything, your conversions, okay, is going to be stemming from this. Okay, I'm going to be talking to you about this in just a moment. Okay, the next layer on top of that. So think about this as like your foundational stuff, right? Like this is the foundational block, and then you're building your entire skyscraper, right, on this invisible influence. And there are some things you need to do in a certain way here to keep your conversions insanely high. Right? I'm talking like ridiculously high. Now, on top of that, we have strategic. Okay, so there's strategic influence. Okay, and this is where you deliberately, right? When you do certain things in a certain way deliberately, and you're pushing out specific pieces of information out there in the marketplace, is how you market. I'm going to be covering this very, very in a lot of details in this video, or as much details as I can with the amount of time we have here, right? And then we're going to be talking about practical implementation. Practical implementation. Okay, so these are the things we're going to be talking about, and then on top of this. Oh no, all the bells and whistles, okay? Bells and whistles. But here's a problem. In our space, everybody, or I should say probably majority of our marketers in our space, right? They're focusing on bells and whistles. The next, theme, the next widget, the next push button software, the next this, the next that, right? People are focusing on bells and whistles that have nothing to do with your conversions. This will not get you conversions, okay? Even this will not get you conversions, because practical implementation, this is where you have your landing page, right? You have your pre-frame pages, all this stuff. It's not gonna get you the result that you really want. You're gonna be spinning your wheel like crazy, right? If you're focusing on this shallow stuff. This is very, very shallow stuff. If you don't have this taken care of, you don't have a business. And the problem is very, very few marketers understand this below the surface kind of stuff, right? And how to deploy that in your business very, very strategically so that your conversions can be insanely high. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. And you know what? I'm actually going to go very quickly here because we have a ton to cover and specific things I want to be showing you. So let me get me a marker, all right? If I'm going to go fast, right, that's because there's, obviously, I just said there's tons to cover. You may want to watch this video over a few times, right? It's going to help you. I promise you, when you take the time to really study the ideas, one idea can make you a millionaire. One. I'm going to share with you tons of them today, right, in this video. That's, of course, on top of what I've already shared with you in the previous videos. This is going to be the most advanced, the most practical, the most comprehensive training that you will ever hear in our space for free, okay? Because the stuff I'm going to be sharing with you in, let me say it again. The stuff I'm going to be sharing with you in this video, typically I share this kind of stuff with my 25,000 clients and above, right, in a private mastermind. I wanted to go out and I wanted to bring this information over to you. It is going to be advanced, but I promise you, people with simple mind, right, in our space, they're not making money. They're making less than $100 a month, okay? You want to stretch. You want to step out and you want to do the things. You want to run your business in a way that, you know, typical marketers are not running, right? If you want to get extraordinary results, you got to do things that typical marketers are not willing to do and don't even understand how to do, okay? And that's where we come in, right? So we're going to have a lot of fun here. All right, so here's the problem. There is, you know, we've been talking about, you probably see me draw this a lot, right? So there were different ways people getting traffic, right? And there is a category of people who are getting traffic. Let these arrows represent traffic directly to an offer, okay? Some, you know, offer right here, right? And there's a lot of them actually, right? And again, in video number 1, I talked a little bit about this. If you are sending traffic directly to an offer, my friend, for your sake, stop doing that because you're wasting your money. You're wasting your business. You're not going to be successful with this approach. Okay? We're not even going to worry about this. We're not even going to talk about this because you know better now, right? If you're sending traffic directly to an offer, you are wasting your money. You're sabotaging your business. You know, you're suffocating your business. Please stop doing that. Right? There is a better way. So this is option number 1. And this is how amateurs run their business. Okay? Option number 2 is this, right? There is you know, these guys are typical. So they're going to be running traffic. They say, you know what? I learned that I need to get a landing page, right? I'm going to collect my list, right? Let's just have this oval-shaped figure here. It's supposed to be a circle. Represent list, right? So they're building their list, and then they're sending them to an offer, okay? Which is better, okay? Which is better. At least they're building a list, right? Now, if this is somebody else's offer, if this is a network marketing company, if this is a business opportunity or some sort of a program or a product for somebody else, right? Well, you are very, very limited with your conversions over here because as your traffic is coming in, okay, to your landing page, they're opting-in, yes, they're getting to your list, and then this typically in our space, on average, this stuff right here converts, and it doesn't matter what you promote, whether it's a clickbank product or network marketing company. On average, okay, in our space, the conversions you will see here is going to be anywhere from 1 to 2%. Okay, that's it. That's the average. And I've been in this space for about 10 years, right? So the big problem over here, okay, where a lot of marketers are running into is a couple things. Number 1, what you do prior to people getting to your landing page is not marketing, okay? Your traffic is not marketing. There is a big difference between marketing and advertising, okay? What you do to get traffic to your landing page is called advertising, okay? This part and this part, 2 different things. It's 2 different worlds, okay? So we talk a lot about traffic. Now, your true marketing doesn't begin unless or until somebody opts into your list, okay, and they get on your list. Okay, so when they get on your list, this is where your true marketing begins. Okay, and so if you are running your business with this model, which I'm probably going to focus on this a little bit here, because this is like 98% of marketers, how this is their setup for their business. You know, you're probably one of them. I used to run it like this, right? And I was like, man, I'm barely scraping by, until I understood something, right? But there is a bigger, even bigger problem. So if you're just relying on this and you're getting your 1 to 2% conversion rates, right, you're hardly making any money, right? But people say, you know what, I'm building my list. So I'm going to be, the idea for building your list is so that you can monetize your list, right? And you can go, you know, to your list over and over again, and you can send other relevant offers to your list so that you can make those money for free, okay? Now, there comes another giant problem that a lot of marketers are facing in this industry, and that is this. There's going to be a certain, when you email your list, okay, let's say it's 100 people or 100,000 people, no matter, right? There's going to be a certain amount of, certain percentage of people that will actually open your emails when you send an email to your list, okay? And that's a big problem, because on average, and I surveyed thousands of people, I surveyed thousands of marketers, including big name gurus, all right? On average, in this space, people are seeing anywhere from 2 to 5% email open rates. It's a very, very big problem, okay? If you don't have people opening up your emails, it's very, very difficult for you to build your business. Does that make sense? That means there is 5 to 98% of people on your list that are not opening your emails. Okay? There comes even bigger issue, because let's say this is your prospect over here. Okay? Let's have this guy be representing your prospect. Okay? If he is on your list, guess what? He's probably on other marketers' list as well, don't you think? And this guy is getting bombarded with emails, right? Boom, 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 boom. He's probably getting 50 emails a day, right? And if you don't stand out from, if you don't stand head and shoulders above your competition, above these guys, right? This guy right here, he is on a bunch of marketers' lists, and we have to run our business very strategically, very mindful of that, understanding this is what's going on, right? And so if you do certain things in a certain way, you can actually improve your conversions to, say, 20%, 30%, right? What if you improved your conversions to, what if I can show you how to improve your conversions, to say 50%, right? To where you're just totally crushing your competition. You say, Vic, is that even possible? Absolutely, and I'm going to show you in a minute here, okay? So this is the model that a lot of people are running, and if you're running this model, that's great, but there is a better way, okay? This is how typical people are run their model. The third option here, okay, is you have traffic, and this is what I'm going to be talking to you about today. You have traffic going to your landing page, okay? You are building your list here. Can you see this? Yeah, you can, right? So this is your list, and then that landing page leads, and your list leads them to something called lead magnet, okay? And landing page is promoting a lead magnet, not your offer. Does that make sense? And then that lead magnet is actually pre-framing them for the offer. Okay? So this is a better model. This is how the pros are doing it, and this is where you want to be at. Okay? And if you're brand new into this industry, you want to learn this, you want to understand this, and you want to get to the third position here as quickly as possible, right? Because this is where you make the most amount of money. There's actually one other one that's on the top of this, and that blows everything out of the water, and that's called HTA Elite, right? It's something that we've invented and perfecting, which is just basically taking this and like pouring rocket jet fuel on it, and just making this thing go viral, which is something we cover inside of HTA Elite. But at the very least, you want to be here, okay? And then your marketing, right? Your marketing is going to happen over here, okay? So what you do with your list, the idea is to get as many people on your list as possible, to build your list. But then there is a challenge for you to do certain things in a certain way with your list. It's how you communicate, it's how you build, what happens before they even get to your list, and then what happens when they're on your list, so that you get, 30, 40, 50, 60% of people opening your emails and engaging, and at the same time you're building trust with them, and you are, when this guy sees your email coming in his inbox, and then he's got 50 emails coming from these guys, all the rest of the competition, right? He's gonna open your email first because he wants to hear from you. That's exactly what I'm gonna talk to you about how to do in this video. Okay? Now you say, Vic, how do I know that you're qualified for to teach this stuff? And how do I even know that this is 50% email open rate is even possible? I've never heard about that. Which, by the way, if you get 50% of people or 30% of people to open up your emails, right? You have tons more people coming and seeing your offer, right? And then you're like multiplying your income without doing anything different. Does that make sense? So let me show you something here. Let me take you online. I want to make sure, because anytime when I'm looking at something like that, right? I want to know, I want to say, look, how qualified are you to teach me this stuff? So before I pay attention, let me just let me pre-frame you, okay? Let me talk to you and show you how relevant, how important this stuff is, and how important this video is going to be for your business, if you choose to listen. Okay, totally up to you. Right, so here I've logged into one of my autoresponders. It's Entreport, and we're online. And just to give you an example here, from my personal business, I'm just totally taking you behind the curtain here. So this is some of the emails that I've sent out, right? So 9,600 emails sent. As you can see here, this is my open rate here, 36%. I sent 36,000 emails, 21% open rate, 65% open rate, right? 65, 71% open rate. Now, why is this fluctuating a little bit? Well, because I'm a marketer. And a lot of times I would actually segment my list, and I would test out different subject lines. I would test out different times of the day when I'm sending out emails. And all of this is important. And all of this I will be teaching you, right? How do you engineer insane conversions? How do you engineer insane conversions for your landing page, right? For your opt-in, to where you're getting 40, 50, 60% of people opting to your landing page. And then how do you engineer insane conversions and engagement with your list, up to 70%, 80% sometimes I get. And then how do you engineer insane conversions for your sales, for your offer? All of that is going to be covered in this video. I promise you it's going to be worth a lot for your business, right? Although I can't make any income guarantees here, but give you an idea, right? So 72%, 75%, here 79%, right? Now, let me take you to another autoresponder. This is Get Response. As you can see, one of the emails that I sent out here got 70.42% email open rate with 27% email click-through rate, which is insane. It's unheard of in this industry, right? That's one of the emails. Here, here's another one that I sent out. And this is just broadcast emails, not even the scheduled ones. Those get actually higher email open. But this one's got 84%, right? This email here is it's pretty consistent with me, because I do certain things in a certain way, and that's why I'm going to be showing you. Look at this, 86% email open rate, right? Check this out here. 40% email click-through rate, 111% email open rate. How is that even possible? 111% email open rate. It's possible because a lot of people on my list, they will be coming back and opening my email more than once, okay? How would you like to know how to do that? That's a little bit better than the 2 to 5% email open rates, don't you think? Right? You see what I'm saying? How do you engineer this? Well, before I show you, let me show you something else here. Again, I want to be very relevant here for you. Here is, actually, let me do this. Let me go back. Sometimes it's very easy to engineer a high, email open rate on like a 3,000 emails or 1,000 emails, sent, right? Here is MetaPost. This is one of my, another one of my autoresponder accounts here. And this is performance over the last 30 days, okay? So this is going to give you a broader overview, broader picture here. So we have sent 367,000 emails over the last 30 days, 364,000 emails delivered, right? Overall, look at this, 31.1% email open rate overall. And this is actually not even accurate, because this morning I sent out another probably 40,000 emails, and that email is still in a process. So it kind of dinged my open rate a little bit, because there's another 40,000 emails added, but it's still in the process of being opened right now. People are getting back from work and whatnot, and so that's going to be even higher. It's probably going to be at about 35 to 40% email open rate on 300,000 emails sent. Does that make sense? So it's totally possible. See, just like a great baker can cook a really awesome, yummy cake, right? And he can do it over and over and over again. You can engineer insane conversions, and you can do it over and over and over again if you do certain things in a certain way. Okay, the reason I'm showing you this is because it's very, very significant. Why is it significant? Well, it's significant because, let me show you this. At the end of the day, right, you're doing any one of these models because you want to make money. Okay, nothing happens until we get conversions, or I should say nothing happens until we get traffic first, right, and then until we get conversions, and then you make the money, right? But at the end of the day, your goal is to get sales, right? Is to get money in the bank. So the reason this stuff is very important is because, look, back, and if you watched video number 1, I think I mentioned this in video number 1, but this was a promotion that I did, this was a year and a half ago or so. Started from zero, right? From zero, very first month, okay, $264,000 generated. This is in revenue, came in, okay? The very next month, $456,000 in 1 month, in a single month, okay? As you can see here, 174,000, 226,000, 300,000. So in about a span of about 11 months or so, the first 11 months, totally brand new promotion, totally, new area. I've never done anything like that. In fact, this was inside of the network marketing industry, right? And so I stepped in, did not know anything about network marketing, but I understood some of the principles, that I'm going to be explaining to you here in this video. And I applied those principles. First 11 months, over $2.2 million or something like that generated, right? And I was able to set industry's record, made the most amount of money ever in the history of network marketing, okay? Over $720,000, something like that. Again, not because Vick is somebody special, but because I do certain things in a certain way. And you can do that too. You can replicate it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to work for you, okay? That's why this stuff is very, very relevant. Let me show you something else here. Okay, so just recently here, right? Just a couple months ago, I started another campaign that's totally off the radar. You didn't even see this, right? This was totally off the radar. Very, very underground kind of thing, right? And the very first month, as you can see here, $90,000 came in. This is after, this is clean money in the bank, after refunds and all that stuff. The very next month, right, $97,000. The next month after that, $102,000. So in a span of the first 3 months, this is just the last 3 months here, it generated $291,000. Now, here's the kicker. Okay, here's the kicker. This particular campaign, I started and it generated $100,000 a month revenue without me spending a single dime on marketing. How did I do that? Well, I didn't do that because I was focusing on this. I was able to do that because it came from this, okay? And it did not come from the, from the entire list of mine. It came from about, I'll tell you, from about 3,000 subscribers on my list, okay? That's why this is so powerful, okay? When you have a list and you know how to operate your list, you know how to talk to your list, you know how to strategically, run your business, because this is where your business is. This is not your business. Traffic is not your business. People think if I have traffic and I have an offer that I'm sending, that's my business. That's not your business. Your business is this right here. This can be anything. As long as you believe in it, as long as you stand behind it, right? As long as you can look somebody in the eye and say, you know what? Get whatever I'm telling you to get because it's going to help you. If you can do that, this can be anything. This is irrelevant. This is where you should be focusing all of your attention on. And traffic. You have traffic, you have this taken care of, right? You can pretty much write your own paycheck anywhere you go. Does that make sense? All right, so covered that. Let me see what else we need to go over. All right, so how do you do this? Okay, how do you do all this stuff? Well, you do this by, first of all, erasing this board. Again, hopefully, the reason I wanted to show you this, my friend, is because I wanted you to receive this training with an open heart and open mind. Okay, and I want you to take seriously what I'm about to present to you, because this is exactly how I operate my business, okay? And although I can't make any guarantees for you, I think you're going to be very, very happy with the results that you can get if you apply some of the stuff I'm going to be sharing with you, okay? You cool? All right, so let's do this together. I want to talk to you about, let me get back to my good old little presentation here, just to keep me on track. There's tons of stuff I want to show you here, my friend. And again, I can be talking for 3 days here, but I want to compress this down in about maybe an hour, maybe just over an hour. So again, all this stuff we teach inside of High Traffic Academy, and I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. But I want to give you as much information, the most relevant, most potent information that you can apply in your business today and start making those changes, start seeing those improvements in your results, okay? So let's talk about invisible influence. Everything is going to start at the foundational level. Hear me out. You don't get good fruits if you have bad roots on the tree. That makes sense? If you want to have good fruits, if you want to have a lot of money, if you want to have these yummy, tasty fruits, right? Nice apples or oranges or bananas, whatever. You gotta have good roots. If the root is bad, you're never gonna have good fruit. Does that make sense? Your business is the same thing. You don't build a house on the foundation of a sand. The Bible says, you know what? He who does that is foolish. Unfortunately, there is a lot of marketers who are trying to build their business, their online empire, right? Their promotions on the foundation of sand. Okay, it's not going to last. The first wind, the first, little storm, and their structure is, collapsed, right? You don't want to be that. So let's talk about where in my business, everything stems from, first of all, I built my business on the biblical principles. I told you that in video number 1. I believe in serving. I believe in, business is not about money. This whole money stuff that everybody is after is temporary thing, right? It's here today, it's gone tomorrow. Who knows what's going to happen to it? 3 years from now, right? It's not what we live for, right? I'm going to tell you something. A few years ago, I did not understand this. When I got in this industry, when I got in this business, for me, it was all about money at that time. And I thought, you know what, I need to solve this money situation because I know what it's like to struggle, you see. I know what it's like to not have $1.19 to my name and not be able to feed your family. And I don't know if you've ever been in that position, in that situation. I know exactly what it's like to be there. I would never, ever want to go back there, but I will never, ever forget. Okay, so that remembering that keeps me straight. It keeps me, it keeps me want to serve and share and do what I do, right? Because I know there's a lot of people who are like that. My biggest breakthrough came when I understood this first principle of invisible influence. Okay, and I read this book. It's by Simon Sinek. I think it's called Start With Why, and I recommended it to a lot of people. You probably heard me recommending that book, right? But this guy was studying a lot of different companies, and he says, you know what? Why is it that some companies that start, they're tremendously successful, right? People just flock into them, and it's just like they have this momentum going, and everything seems to be going easy for them, and this, while other companies, right, they're doing everything right, but for some reason they're not successful, and they're grinding, and it's not happening for them. Why, right? And he says he studied a lot of that stuff, and it comes down to why we do what we do. That's where everything is going to start. That's where every single promotion you're ever going to do, every single campaign you're ever going to put out there, every single program, every single company, every single product you're going to promote, it's got to stem from why are you going to do that, okay? So he says there is, he calls it, I'm going to go through this very quickly because I shared this with some of you if you've been following me. I shared this with you, but it's very important. I don't want to cheat you out from the important information, so I'm going to cover all the major points, okay? When it comes to invisible influence, he says this. He says, a lot of people, a lot of marketers, okay, they know what they sell, okay? They know what they do. You sell, this product, this company you promote, you know what you do. Okay? He says very few know how they're doing it, okay? How they're selling it. And a lot of people think, well, how I'm going to sell this is I'm just going to get traffic. How is my traffic generation? I'm going to get traffic to this thing, and the magic should happen. I mean, at least that's what everybody's telling me, right? This franchise model. All you need to do is just send traffic to our system. By the way, speaking of the franchise model on the internet, right? The only, the reason those companies are telling their distributors to do that is because it's good for the company. A distributor, is going to send a bunch of traffic to to their system over here, right? And that distributor might have, a sale a month or a sale a week, but it's peanuts. I mean, it's nothing, right? But because the company has maybe 100,000 distributors, and everybody gets one sale here, one sale there, everything adds up, and the company is benefiting like crazy, but distributor is struggling. Distributor, as you saw the percentages there, 92% of people making less than $1,000 a month. So the true franchise model is the company, not the distributor. Does that make sense? Okay? The only way you benefit from that is when you become that owner of a system, okay? Which I'm going to show you how to do. It's actually very, very possible. Okay? Does that make sense? So just keep that in mind. Now, he says very, very few people know why they're doing it. Okay? Very, very few people know why they're doing it. If we can figure out why we do what we do, everything else doesn't matter. Everything else is irrelevant, okay? And you say, Vic, my why is my family. And that's what I thought too. I want to support my family. I want to make money to feed my family. I want to give them the best. And that's good. But that's your personal why. That's not what's going to resonate with your prospects, with your marketplace. You want to have why. You want to think about this. Maybe that's one of your things on your list for things to do today, is you want to identify why do you exist as a marketer and why should anybody care. When I went through this exercise, I was blown away. I'm like, man, I'm totally doing this wrong, right? I'm doing it for money because I wanted to get money and I wanted to promote this, right? People say, hey, you know what? I'm selling this thing. It's got 4 wheels. It's got 4 doors. It's got a steering wheel. It's red. It's 1995 or 2015, and the thing is called a car, right? That's your what. Right? How you're selling it is, you're getting people, coming to your lot, and and you try to fish, a customer, right? That's kind of how you do it. But why you're doing it, really, people have no idea, right? Companies like Apple, that's the most, cash flowing company in the world right now. They operate their business from everything stems from why. So I thought hard and long about this for myself. I literally did this exercise. This was a few years ago that I did this. And it gave me a huge, massive breakthrough in my business. And my business, first of all, it became very, very easy for me to start, continuing to build my business. My results went through the roof, right? And I started to attract people. started to become like this magnetic persona, and I didn't even do anything special, right? It was like magic. It was amazing, right? So I'm going to share with you my personal why I do what I do, right? So maybe you want to model after that, or at least help you out, right? So my personal why, the reason I exist as a marketer, the reason my business exists, the reason my brand exists, right, is I will forget about what I do, how I do this. I'm going to focus everything on why do I exist as a marketer. And the reason I do what I do, okay, is because I want to set a new standard and make a difference. Okay? So the reason I do what I do, it doesn't matter what I do, right? The thing that's on my mind with every promotion is how can I set a new standard? How can I make a difference for somebody, right? Everything stems from there. Now, how am I doing this, right? You may say, well, how are you going to do that? Well, how I'm going to do that? Traffic is going to be the least on the list, okay? In fact, traffic is going to account for about 20% of how I'm going to do this, okay? How I'm going to do this, my how is this, okay? I'm going to serve, okay? I'm going to sow. I'm going for experience. Okay? And creating positive expectancy. And then there's this thing called traffic. Okay? Which is about 20% of the actual thing. Okay? So how am I going to do this? And this is what's going to make you stand out and separate yourself from the rest of the crowd. Okay, for me it works really, really well. But you've got to be genuine about it. You can't fake it. You can't be phony about it, because people can smell phony a mile away, right? So here, I'm gonna serve. This is an extension of this. If I truly want to make a difference in your life, okay, as a follower of mine, you're watching this video right now, okay, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna make a difference for you? Is number one, I'm gonna serve you. Does that make sense? I'm going to serve you. The book that I'm reading every day, which is the greatest book ever written on success, is called the Bible. I suggest you check it out if you haven't yet. I built my business on those principles and foundations, and it says, you know what? He who wants to be the greatest, be the servant of all, right? I'm going to serve you, and I'm going to do it very, very genuinely from the heart, okay? I'm going to sow, okay? I'm going to sow the seeds. And I'm going to be generous with my sowing, okay? The reason I'm sharing with you these ideas that I'm sharing with you, and not even charging you a penny for it, because I understand where my success comes from. And it's not from Vick, right? It's not from what I do, from what I know. It's from up above, all right? And I know that. And I'm going to sow generously, because you know what? If you sow generously, you're going to reap generously. And that works for me, just like the law of gravity, right? It doesn't matter if you understand it or you don't understand it. If if a baby doesn't understand the law of gravity, right, it's still going to work on the baby. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person, what your belief system is, it's going to affect you, right? Well, guess what? This stuff is going to affect you. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not, right? So this is my how. How am I going to make a difference? How am I going to set a new standard? Does that make sense? Right? I want to give my marketplace a certain experience. So for example, instead of talking at you and being this, you know what, I'm great, you should listen to me. You know what, I want to give you an experience to where, I want to invite you into my world. Just like if you were standing here at my studio right now, right, and we were just hanging out. Right? It creates a certain experience for you, doesn't it? Even though there's thousands of people watching this video right now, I want to create an experience for you so that you feel like, it's just you and me talking here. That's it. It's just two of us right here, right? And I want to engineer that experience for you. Does that make sense? As I'm sharing with you these ideas, start thinking about how you're running your business, or how can you apply some of this stuff in your business as well. It's going to help, okay? I want to create positive expectancy, which I'm going to share with you and give you specific examples how you can do that. Here a little bit later on in this video. Traffic is the least. It's like 20% of what I do. Does that make sense? Or how I do this is, obviously you need to get traffic to fuel all this. But again, this is an extension of my core why. Now, what am I doing or what am I selling is my product line. Okay? Now, this can be my own product. This is irrelevant right here. Okay, you can see this. This is irrelevant. This can be an affiliate promotion. This can be a company that I'm promoting. This can be my own product. It doesn't matter, right? Like, for example, High Traffic Academy, we're going to be opening up the doors for High Traffic Academy. You know what? I'm not worried about the product. It's going to be there. Listen, if I do this right, and everything is stemming from my why, I never, ever, 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 ever have to worry about money. I never have to worry about sales. I never have to worry about, is this going to be successful? Or it's not even on my mind, right? I'm focusing on this with you right now. Does that make sense? Okay? A lot of people are just focusing so much on the product that everything else is kind of blind to them, and it's foggy, and they're not clear on it. The clearer you are on your why, and the clearer, if you can identify some of the steps of how you're going to create and engineer this. Okay? Again, this is invisible influence, my friend. This is how you can become this magnetic persona. Doesn't matter what you're promoting, and people will be attracted to you. They won't even know why they're attracted to you, because this stuff is all subconscious level. We can't see it, we can't taste it, we can't touch it, but we can feel it. Does that make sense? And you got to be genuine about this. People can smell a phony a mile away. Does that make sense? Okay? So this is the foundational stuff. Get very, very clear on how you're going to serve your market, how you're going to do it. Why do you exist? What kind of difference you're going to make, or whatever your why is, right, for your marketplace, but because that's important, okay? I'm going to step away, take a good look at this. Again, feel free to model it if you want to. This is, again, I'm just sharing with you my personal stuff, right? Just totally taking you behind the curtain here, and just revealing to you my invisible influence structure here for my business. The next thing I want to talk to you about, and I need to get some new spray here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about, give me one sec. I'm not even going to edit this because, you know what, it's a real workshop experience. And you know, if you were standing here next to me in my studio, I can't just go, you know what, hold on, let me pause that, let me erase my board. You would be watching me erasing my board, which is exactly what's going to happen now. You just watched me erase the board. All right? So that was invisible influence. Let's talk about strategic influence right now. Okay? Strategic influence is going to be the first step. That's going to be, or the first layer on top of this invisible influence. Everything matters. If you want to engineer insane conversions, conversions is a byproduct. You focus on a strategy. You focus on some of this stuff. Conversions will happen naturally, automatically, and it will happen at the level to where you can't even, it's going to be like, man, I'm just in awe how this stuff works, right? It's going to happen. All right, so, man, time flies, I'm telling you. Let's talk about strategic influence. I hope this is making sense, by the way. And if you can let me know in the comments if how am I doing? You know, before I started shooting this video, I'm like, my challenge is how do I explain this? There's some complicated stuff here, but I want to bring this to you and you know, so that it would make sense. You know, and I prayed, I said, Lord, give me the wisdom to deliver this content to you, you know, to my audiences, to the person who's going to be watching this video, in a way that it would make sense for them, it would resonate, and they can go like, you know what? I can apply that, I can apply that, I can apply that, because I know when you do, results are going to show for you, okay? And I can't wait to hear your success story. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, you know, if this stuff is making sense. I hope it does. All right, so let's talk about strategic influence. You know, there is 5 conversion breakthroughs, and each one of these can be worth $1 million for you or more in your business, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about them all, okay? So now this is where we get to the point to where we are more deliberate and more precise, right, on certain things and how we do, how we run our business, how we structure our campaigns, how we hold ourselves as a marketer. This stuff is very important. Very, very few people understand this. Very few marketers implement this. You and I, right, we're going to do this together, right? I'm doing this. I'm not sure about you. You know, if you're going to do this, I'll be more than happy to help you, you know, walk you through this. But there is actually more than five, you know, conversion breakthroughs. I'm just going to give you, you know, some of the, I don't even want to say top 5, because there's a bunch of them, right? And again, I'm going to teach you all of this in great detail inside of High Traffic Academy. But I want to give you the most relevant stuff that you can actually apply right now. Right? At least start thinking about it, start injecting it in your business. Okay, number 1 is power. Okay, breakthrough number 1 is power. Listen, the number 1 form of self-sabotage, okay, is doing things incrementally better. What do I mean by this? If you are a marketer, okay, and you're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna do things, you know, I'm driving traffic, I'm just gonna get a little bit better traffic, I'm gonna get a little bit more traffic, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna just do business, you know, a little bit better than my competition, right? This is the number 1 form of self-sabotage, business sabotage, is doing things incrementally better. What you want to do is you want to step out and you just want to go for the big breakthrough, okay? That's the way to do it. Now, check this out. The last thing you want to appear to others as is just another fill in the blank, okay? So if you are a marketer, if you're an affiliate marketer, the last thing you want to be known for or be perceived as is just another marketer. Think about that. Listen, businesses, this is what's going on. Businesses are, you know, the gatekeepers in businesses, right, companies, they're trained to keep salespeople away, right? There are signs on doors, you know, that businesses put up. Have you ever seen those? No solicitation, no soliciting allowed, right? There is communities, gated communities that we all see, all right, have these signs saying, you know what, no solicitation allowed. People are keeping salespeople away from them. Nobody wants to deal with a salesperson, right? If you're a marketer, if you're selling something, the last thing you want to be known as or perceived as just another salesperson. Now, the problem is most people in our space, that's exactly how they appear. You can't look like a salesperson, you can't act like a salesperson, you can't speak like a salesperson, right? Because if you are, you know, if you're looking like a salesperson, if you acting or speaking like a salesperson, guess what? You are a salesperson, and people don't like salespeople. People love to buy, but they hate salespeople. You go to a shopping center, right? Shopping mall, and you know you're looking around. You came to buy something, right? The salesman comes to you and he's like, "Hey, can I help you?" What do you say? No, just look and thank you, right? came to buy stuff, right? We're conditioned. We don't even think about it. It's all subconscious, okay? Very, very important to think about. Now, selling is about power. For selling to be easy and price to be relevant, doesn't matter what you do, right? The salesman, the affiliate marketer, the network marketer, whoever you are, right, must be perceived by the buyer as having all the power. So in other words, we want to strategically and deliberately take the power from the buyer, which is, you know, we all know the buyer has all the power because they got all the money, right? And we want some of that money. If you want some of that money, from every single dollar you're going to make is going to come from people. It's going to come from your buyers. Make sense? So your idea, right, your challenge, I don't even say challenge. I mean, it's not really a challenge. It's actually very easy to do this if you do it right, if you do it genuine, right? But the idea is to take the power away from the buyer and remove it and put it into your corner, okay? So the buyer perceives you as having the power. Very, very important. How do you do that? There are certain things you can do to engineer the power, okay, and be perceived as powerful. So there is this thing called the power pyramid, okay? I'm just going to go through this quickly. If you've been following me for any period of time, you've probably seen this. So at the very bottom, there is this thing called generalist, okay? Generalist. And then a step above that is a specialist. Okay, a step above specialist, okay, is an authority. A step above authority is celebrity. A step above celebrity is, guess what? Is a celebrity, an authority, and a specialist. Okay. So this is like the pyramid of power, okay? Now, the idea, most marketers in your space, in my space, right, in the area, in our community here, most marketers are just generalists, okay? That's what, you know, that they're just another marketer. Does that make sense? So they are perceived as such. In the offline world, right, let's say doctor's area, right, a generalist, you know, it's a family doctor, right? Then a specialist is a step above that, right? A specialist, you know, you're being looked at differently, right? If you are a marketer, right, you never want to be the generalist. You never want to be just another, affiliate pushing the product. You say, Vic, how do I engineer that? It's actually very easy. I want to give you some ideas here how you can go out there and start getting yourself, you know, raise yourself above this level. The higher up you go, the easier it is for you to sell stuff, the more powerful you are. Think about celebrity, authority, and specialist, okay? Think of like Donald Trump, okay, in the real estate area. He is a celebrity, right? You know, how do you become a celebrity? Listen, if people see you on video, if that's what you want, right, you are a celebrity. How do we know that people are celebrities? Because we see them on video, on televisions, right? It's pretty simple, right? An authority, we're going to talk about authority here in just a minute, but you want to be an authority, at least at this level right here, okay? At least an authority and a celebrity, okay? At least. Here, you're making less than $100 a month, okay? Here, you're making into thousands, maybe, a good, 5,000 to 10,000 a month or so, right, when you're a specialist. When you're an authority, when you get here, your income here, if I had to kind of like categorize it, it'd probably be between anywhere from 10, 20, 30 up to maybe 100,000 a month over here, right? When you get here, right, you are probably looking at about 100,000 plus per month. When you get here, you're looking at 500,000 a month and beyond, okay, income in our space. So the idea is for you, it doesn't matter if you're just getting started today, right? If you have been around the block, think about this. You don't want to be here, okay? How can you raise yourself up the ladder? I'm going to show you specific examples of what I've done in my business to raise myself automatically and naturally to become celebrity authority without even trying, okay? And I started from scratch. And you can model that. I'm going to talk about, we're going to talk about lead magnets and how to structure that. That can be all arranged, right? And that can be all engineered. That's why, we call it insane conversion engineering, because you can actually engineer this stuff. You can do this. You can do this. You just need to know how to do this, okay? So let's talk about authority, okay? How do you structure authority, right? What is authority? Well, authority is basically when you are not being questioned, okay? You go to, you go to a doctor who's a specialist. You have a heart problem, God forbid, or whatever, right? And an authority specialist tells you, you know what? You got to go get those pills. You got to do this MRI. You're gonna do this. You don't even question them. You don't say, well, how can I do this instead? No, you're just gonna do what they tell you to do, okay? How can you get that same compliance within your marketplace? It's possible, okay? Watch. You become an authority when you are an expert at something, okay? Even if it's just one thing, even if it's just, you know what? You gotta be, if you have a story right now, right, and you're struggling, and you're gonna break through because you're gonna follow the advice I'm gonna tell you, right, and you're gonna get inside of High Traffic Academy, you're gonna learn this traffic stuff, and you're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna help, I'm gonna use my story wherever I'm at today, because this story that you have right now, my friend, your current situation, I don't know you, I don't know what you're going through, right, I don't know your financial situation, but whatever it is right now, if it's bad, if you think like you're going through some valleys right now in life, this one day can be your biggest asset in your business. Does that make sense? Right? So you can become an expert at one thing and you be perceived authoritative, okay? Now you become, you gain this authority when you are, when you can say yes and no. Okay, so when you're being perceived as powerful, and being perceived as powerful is when you have an ability to say yes or no, right? When you have prospects coming to you and they say, hey, you had that promotion going on and it's already ended, and I've got money in my hands right now, I want to give it to you right now. Can you take it? Can you let me in? You're gonna say no, right? Because you truly, you gotta keep it like that, right? You have the ability, you have the power to say yes and no. I have so many people contacting me, and they're asking for private coaching. Vic, can you take me in for a private student? And because that's not what I focus on at this particular moment, right? I say no. And people are, hey, I'm gonna pay you $100,000, $200,000 for a month to just coach me. I say no. It's not because Vic is being this bad guy. It's not even about the money. Right? It's never about the money. It's because that's not what I'm focusing on right now. Does that make sense? Right? So it's being able to say no when you need to, right? And when it's not about the money, right? You become authoritative. Does that make sense? Right? So you become you become an authority when you are an authoritative, right? So when you speak like an authority, when you walk like an authority, when you dress like an authority, when you present, when you talk to people, when you look at somebody, when you do your videos, right? How are you being perceived as, right? If you are an authority, you don't really care about outcome that much, right? All I can do is I can share with you stuff that I know, right? That I know. And it's going to be up to you to implement. I can't make you do it. I can't make you watch this video to the end, right? And I'm not going to worry about it, right? I'm just going to put my best stuff out there, right? And I'm going to be talking like I know what I'm talking about, because that's what and I'm going to be genuine about it. And I will not be connected to the outcome. I will not be attached to the outcome. Does that make sense? Right? In that case, you become authoritative. Okay? Again, there's so much, my friend, we can talk about this, and I don't want to take too much time here, but we go through a lot of this stuff inside of High Traffic Academy, especially. Now, being an authority is when you show up like nobody else. I'm going to walk you through a specific example here shortly, but when you want to engineer, you want to come up with this shock and awe entrance, right? When I start a brand new campaign or a brand new promotion, or if I go and I promote a new company or whatever, right? If it's something I believe in, you know what? I never do what everybody else is doing. I'm gonna enter. I'm gonna show up like nobody else, right? And that's really, really important. So what happens before the sale is important. Okay, and all this stuff is going to be engineered. Again, giving you a bunch of ideas here. Start thinking about some of this stuff, and I'll show you some examples again here shortly. Okay, so breakthrough number 2 is emotion. Okay, selling is a transference of feeling. Okay, you probably heard me say that before. Selling is a transference of feeling. I think Zig Ziglar also was big on this kind of stuff, right? When he was around. So people buy by feeling. So people buy by emotion. Think about it. Okay? People actually buy feelings. People actually buy feelings. Why do people join business opportunities? Not because they want to, have a subscription to this company. No, because they want to feel like, they're going to create their lifestyle that they always dreamed about. It's a feeling that people buy. You need to understand that. When we understand that, okay, we have power. It's a breakthrough, right? We can engineer breakthrough. So very, very important. People buy in response to your feelings. How do you feel about what you're promoting, right? If you're promoting something and it's, it goes back to your core why, right? If you're promoting because you want to make money and there's good commissions, there's good comp plan, but you really don't care about what you're doing, your heart is not in it, right? People will sense that, and people will buy in direct proportion to how you feel about what you do. Okay, listen. Anything that I put out, okay, if I'm not 1,000% convinced that that is something that's going to change people's lives, I'm not going to touch it. Okay, when we open up high traffic academy registrations here in a few days, you know what? The reason I'm so adamant and I'm so passionate about what I do is because I know it makes a difference. Right? And so my feeling when we open the doors to High Traffic Academy, I'll take it totally behind the curtain here and tell you some of the invisible stuff, right? It's going to serve you. So if you have your own product, okay, if it's really, really good, if it's something like when I talk about High Traffic Academy, right, knowing what's inside there and what people are going to experience, and with the beta test group, what we've done already so far, right? Look, I can look at anybody in the eye and I say, look, if you're serious about finally changing your business for the better, if you want to step out and literally create magic in your business as a marketer, right? If you want to have breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough, and you want to elevate yourself to the top of the ladder as far as marketers are concerned, right? If you want to break through from that 92% category of people and you want to become extraordinary, get inside High Traffic Academy. I can look at anybody in there. I can say whatever the price, whatever it takes, doesn't matter. If you want it bad enough, I say you got to be in it. Why? Because of how I feel about it. Does that make sense? Just to give you an example, right? So very, very important. People buy by bonding with the seller, right? When you guys share feelings. Again, your current situation, if you're going through some struggles, again, this story can one day be your biggest asset. If I did not have that experience in my life where I did not have $1.19 to my name, and I did not know how I'm going to feed my family, I would not be able to be as authoritative as I am today, right? It's because I've been there and I know what it's like, right? When people come to me and they say, you know what, Vic, you don't understand, man. I'm on welfare. I don't have. I'm on like $1,000 a month income or $2,000 a month income, but I really want to do this, and I don't, or maybe I work full time and I only have 6 hours to sleep every night. I don't buy those excuses. Why? Because I've been there. I know what it's like to be there, and I know what it takes to get out, right? So I don't buy those excuses. Does that make sense? I say, you know what? If you're serious about this, you can make it work. You can make it happen. You're going to find a way to make it happen if you want it bad enough, just like I did, right? So it's very, very important. But not having that experience, I would not be able to resonate and communicate with those people with that, moral authority. Does that make sense? Okay? So breakthrough number 3 is money. Okay, let's talk about money. Check out this statistic, and this blows my mind. So fewer than 10% of people in any population, in any country, use price as one of the top 3 determining factors in making buying decisions. Okay, less than 10%. Unreal. But check it out. 90% of salespeople sell as if 90% of the prospects buy by price. Okay? So how you look at stuff, right, when you're buying or when you're selling, if you think, well, what you're selling is a lot of money and a lot of people can't afford it, right, and you have that mentality in yourself, guess what? That's exactly how your prospect is going to feel. Okay? Think about that. The importance of filtering and pre-framing. Again, we're going to talk about that in just a minute here, but it's very, very important for what happens before the sale. If you want to create those high insane conversions, all that stuff, right? You don't get what you want, you get who you are. Okay, if you are a person who is not willing to invest in yourself, in your future, in your business, right, and you're promoting, something similar, right, others will not invest in themselves. It's crazy, I know. But it's one of those laws. We don't get what we want. We get who we are. Okay? So just think about that. Let's talk about breakthrough number 4, which is system. Okay? If you don't have a system for selling, you're at the mercy of prospect's system for not buying. Wow! Have you ever thought about that like this? Right? Listen, you have to have a system for selling. I have a system for selling. Okay? And the system, the cool thing about the system is once you put it together, I'm going to help you. Right? That's what we do inside of High Traffic Academy, and we're going to teach you all how to do this in your business for whatever you're doing. Right? But having a system for selling stuff, it's going to get you predictable result over and over and over and over and over again. Doesn't matter. Okay? Who's promoting it? Okay? If you have a system for selling. Okay? A lot of people, I don't have this drawn up, but a lot of people when they send traffic to an offer right away, right? That's not a system for selling. That's a system for, you know, whoever gets lucky today to get conversions. You have to have a system for selling. Okay, very important. Build an emotional commitment to buy before presenting the proposition. Okay. Again, I'm gonna show you a little bit about how that works. The thing that I want to have inside of the system is you gotta have a hook, you gotta have a lead magnet, and call to action. Again, we're gonna talk about that. I want my system, right, to do a few things. I want it to motivate, I want it to inspire, to educate, create positive expectancy in my prospects. Okay. So what I'm doing with these videos for you is my goal is to, number one, is to motivate you, is to let you know what you can do this. It doesn't matter who you are, you can do this. I want to inspire you, right? I want to give you examples, I want to give you stories, and I want to be genuine. I want to be inspirational to you because I know this stuff can work for you, right? I want to be real with you here. And I want to give you education that you can apply in your business, and I want to create positive expectancy with you to where, you know what, I explain it in a way that it makes sense to you, and you say, you know what, Vic, I'm actually going to put this to work, right? And I can actually see how I can make that work. I can see how I can implement that. See, that's creating positive expectancy, okay? All of this stuff is strategic, and it's bringing you massive value. Does that make sense? But it's all under the radar. Unless I explain it to you, you won't even pick it up, because all of this stuff is unconscious, but it's for your it's for, you know, your improvement. It's to help you. Does that make sense? Again, I can make you a master marketer, right, if that's what you want. But this stuff is all, it can be all engineered, okay? Breakthrough number 5 is conditioning, okay? So conditioning, I'm just going to fly through this. Turn your marketing into an event, okay? So instead of having your doors open all the time, you want to build up to an event. You look at a company like Apple, for example, right? And when they have a new launch coming up, they have all this built up, right? And then they have this event, right? And then they're launching stuff. I do the same thing in my business. You know, with High Traffic Academy 1.0, we had, this lead up, and then the doors open, and then the doors close, right? With High Traffic Academy right now, with the current version of High Traffic Academy, we're going to be opening the doors here. Again, we will have, there's going to be a lead up, and this training is a lead up, right? And to get you, familiar with the concepts, with the ideas, to let you know what's going on, and this stuff. Guess what? I'm taking it straight from High Traffic Academy, right? And I'm bringing it to you, and I'm educating you. But this stuff you can apply in your business right now. I want it to make a difference for you. I don't want it to be, hey, you have to have, this stuff is going to get you 5% and then 95% you get inside of the HTA. No, I want this to be like a standalone course that I could actually sell for $2,000 if I wanted to, but I wanted you to have it for free. Does that make sense? But this is a lead up to an event. All right, event is going to be, we're going to be opening up the doors to High Traffic Academy. It's going to be open for a very, very short period of time where you will be able to get in, possibly at a discount. I'm not sure yet. I'll go talk to you about that in the next video. But there's going to be a closing, right? So open and close, and again, it works really, really well like that in your marketing. Anytime you can engineer that, you do that. Same thing with your promotions. If you are promoting somebody else's product, you can have specific bonuses, you can have specific certain things you're going to do, live events, hangouts, whatever, but build up to an event. Okay? If we had more time, I would give you tons of examples of how we did that. I started with, it was a couple years ago, I think, started with a network marketing company. I did not have a website. I did not have, I did not know much about the company, did not even understand the compensation plan, but I did an event. I created a live webinar, right, a hangout, and I did a live event, and I built it up to that event, you know, a few days prior. We did over $500,000 in 2 hours. Okay, and then it followed up with another $250,000 or something like that. So basically, between 2 webinars, we did like $750,000 or something like that. Again, you build up to an event, and that stuff can be engineered. Okay, practice and get comfortable saying no to prospects. Again, I mentioned a little bit about that a few minutes ago. But when you have your doors closed, right? We had this happening with High Traffic 1.0. There was a discount. People could get in at a discount if they get in, like within first, certain amount of time when the doors opened. And some of those people said, you know what, it's fake scarcity. It's not going to work. They'll have the discount going on forever. And then they came back later and they found out that the price actually doubled, right? And then they came back and they're like, Vic, I want to join, man, but I want to get that discount. Can we still get in? I want to get in right now, but I want you to give me that discount. The answer was no. Right? So get comfortable and practice saying no to your prospects. You're going to condition them, okay, to do what you're going to tell them to do. Again, you're building yourself as an authority. Does that make sense? When authority tells you to do something, they don't usually change their mind later. They say, okay, this is how it's going to be. Whether you like it or not, that's how it's going to be. Okay? In your marketing, you want to condition your people. You want to condition your prospects. Right? You'll have higher email open rates. You'll have higher compliance with them. Right? Higher engagement. All that stuff. This is a big one. Don't sell. Allow prospects to become your customers. I never ever chase people. I will never chase you or convince you or try to talk you into getting into whatever I'm trying to, whatever I'm promoting. Right? I never ever do that. I simply allow my prospects to become customers. Okay? It's a totally different paradigm shift, but it works like magic. Okay? It's so awesome. You don't have this mental stress. You don't have this like anxiety, like, am I gonna get some sales? Am I gonna get some sales? I need some sales. No, man. And it's so awesome because you simply allow people to become your customers, and people who resonate with you, they become your customers, and those are your best customers ever. Right? If you're trying to convince somebody, I see people trying to promote their stuff and, posting the links in comments and whatnot, right? Even, on this video series, some of those videos, we had some of those people. Listen, that's not how you promote stuff, man. You never want to be desperate. Okay? So think about this. This is a $1 million idea. This is a big one as well. Lead by example, all right? It's amazing how your prospects will do exactly what you do. They will respond to the things almost identical to how you respond to them, and they will feel how you feel. Okay? You got to lead by example. If you're promoting, if you're building a network marketing company, you've got to buy all the products. If you don't own all the products, you don't have moral authority to tell somebody to go all in or to buy all the products or go into higher packages or whatever, right? Because you haven't done that. You got to lead by example. If you want to be, if you want your people to respect you, you got to respect yourself. If you want people to invest in your business, to invest in your products, you got to invest in your personal products, right? In your education. You got to invest in your business yourself, my friend. You got to get really, really, really good at a couple things. Again, traffic, conversions, understanding this stuff, you got to lead by example. Does that make sense? Okay? So, one sec here. Let's move on and talk about some of these practical applications here, okay? So there was actually 3 components that we need, okay? I want to show you some examples here, okay? It's very, very simple. This stuff might seem complicated, but I promise you, if you watch this video 3 times, 5 times, it's going to click. And when it clicks, it's just like learning how to ride a bicycle, right? You're going to do it over and over and over again. It's going to become second nature to you. You will have no problem doing that, right? But there's 3 components to make all this stuff come together and come alive, right? To put it into practical application, there is 3 things we need to focus on. 3 things. Number 1 is lead magnet. Number 2 is hook. Number 3 is call to action. So, okay? Every promotion, everything that I do, okay? I draw this up. So, if this is my offer, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to have my lead magnet. I'm going to create this lead magnet that's going to lead to the offer, okay? And this landing page is going to promote this lead magnet. I'm not even going to talk about the offer. Where everybody else is promoting the offer, this is the model you want to implement. This is where you want to be at because you're sending traffic, to a landing page, right? You're building your list, okay? You're monetizing your list, right? You implement some of these ideas that we talked about. And again, what I shared with you, my friends, so far is a lot. But, you know, what I teach you inside of High Traffic Academy is tons more, right? I can't, there's so many things I want to share with you. But due to time, you know, I want to respect your time. It's impossible for me. I could be talking to you for all week, you know, for you, which I'm not going to do, obviously. But this is the model that you want to implement. So let me show you a couple examples of some of the things that I was able to do in my business. I think it's going to make more sense to you. Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about the lead magnet. What is a lead magnet? Well, a lead magnet, okay, what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a piece of value that solves a specific problem in your marketplace offered in exchange for an opt-in. Okay, that's a lead magnet. And the lead magnet can be, you know, it can be a PDF, can be a video, webinar, teleseminar, can be a mind map, can be a cheat sheet that you're going to give away, can be an audio, a software sample, whatever, right? A lead magnet can be pretty much anything. So this landing page could say, you know what, register for this webinar where I'm going to teach you whatever you're going to teach them, okay? It's going to be a video. And then on that webinar, you give them value, you give them content, and then it leads into the offer, which is an extension of this. Does that make sense? That can be a lead magnet. What I want to do for me is I want my lead magnet to be something very, very cool, something different, something I want to show up like nobody else. Okay, where everybody, you know, most marketers will say, you know what, I'm just going to put PDF, you know, over here. I'm just going to do the little pre-frame thing, or I'm going to do a little bridge video over here. You've seen those bridge videos pages, right? To where, you know, people saying, hey, my name is Vick, and I'd like to introduce you to my friend, you know, marketer X here. He's going to talk to you about a system that really helped me, blah, 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 which is a bridge video, which is fine, right? It's going to bump your conversions just a little bit, you know, if you know what you're doing. But it's not really a lead magnet. I want my lead magnet to, I want to show up like nobody else. I'm going to show you some examples. And so I want my lead magnet to be an actual thing, right? I want it to be unique, sexy, and have a memorable name for it, right? I want it to be very, very specific. Okay, I want it to speak directly to their desired end result. Okay, that's what I want my lead magnet to be. Again, I'm going to show you some examples here. I want it to be easy to consume, right? And I want it to create a positive expectancy. So in other words, I want my lead magnet to build me up as a marketer, at the same time increasing the conversions for this offer like crazy. All right? That makes sense? I'm going to show you how I do that. The hook, let's talk about the hook. So basically it's a big promise, usually in the headline. It's the benefit that your lead magnet will provide. Again, the hook has nothing to do with the offer. The hook has everything to do with your lead magnet, whatever your lead magnet is. And the hook we're talking about, it's going to be here, right? It's going to be usually in the headline of your landing page. Okay, again, I will show you some examples here. It must be very specific, and it must focus on one thing and one thing only. Okay. And the thing that you focus on the landing page is what? To get conversions, to get people to opt in and get to your list. That's what you focus on. That's the only focus for your landing page, is to get people to your list. That's it. Okay? Then they go to the next step, and the focus on this is a few things. Is to bond with your prospect, is to give them value, to inspire them, and move them to the next step, which is getting the product that you're promoting. Okay? Again, I'm going to talk to you and show you specific examples here in just a second. Call to action must be very direct. Okay, you can't be shy about it. You know, if you want people to opt in, you're going to say, you know what, enter your email in the space provided or the form provided. You got to be very, you know, direct about it. If your call to action on the lead magnet, you know, you're promoting this, and if this is something you believe in and stand behind, you know what, your call to action is going to be, you know what, get it, and you don't even blink, right? If your conviction level is that high, that makes sense. So it's very important. I want my call to action be mentioned 2 to 3 times on the page. So if it's a landing page, you know, a couple times mentioned, you know, call to action helps conversions. If you have unusual looking arrows, that also can help conversions sometimes. And also, this is specifically true for landing pages. Don't forget the magic phrase, and the magic phrase is usually below, you know, the submit button on the landing page. I would write, you know, I would add a little text that basically says information will be sent to the email address provided above. And that helps me eliminate a lot of the, you know, fake, people entering their fake emails. Let me take you online right now, and I will actually walk you through an example. This was a few years ago. In fact, this was in 2010 when I discovered this. And I did this totally by accident. And then it worked so awesome, it blew me away completely. And then every single promotion I ever did after that, including up to today, I follow that model because it works so awesome. All right. So does this make sense? You know, I think, let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you can, do you resonate with this? I don't want to waste your time here, my friend. I don't want to waste my time, right? I want to help you get to the next level. I want to help you bring your business to the next level, okay? So let me show you this example here. This was back in 2010, and I was, prior to that, I was grinding. I was sending a lot of traffic to affiliate offers, and I was doing my own thing, and it was just a lot of grinding. I did not experiment with lead magnets. I was promoting offers directly and products directly. I was making money, but I was working like crazy, right? In 2010, I had a big event happened in my life, and I had to basically reinvent myself as a marketer. Started from scratch, and one Sunday afternoon, I was, we came back from church, and I was sitting at the home office, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do something. I just have this desire. I just feel like, you know what? I'm just gonna do something really, really cool for the community. And just for the heck of it, I'm gonna include my affiliate link. Okay? There was this product called Directory of E-zines that I've been using, for a few years. I think I was like 2007, 2008, 2009. I was using that, and even 2010. I was using that product, which was basically a directory of e-zine publishers, right, and solo ad providers and all that stuff. It was a good thing. I was a member of it. It's $197 a month, and it's a ClickBank product, and it's still on ClickBank right here. So if you go to ClickBank, just search for Directory of E-zines. Here it is, right? And it's commissions for that is $90. But basically, the idea behind that product is people can go on the when people promoting whatever they're promoting, they can promote by sending solo ads. To buying solo ads from e-zine publishers, right? These electronic magazine publishers. And get traffic their way, right, for whatever they're promoting. And what Charlie Page did, he's a founder of Directory of E-zines, he said basically, you know what, I'm just going to create a directory of all those publishers so that people don't have to do the manual research and find them manually on the internet, on Google, and just save people a lot of time. So it's like a yellow book of E-zines, right, like a directory. And so great. So, and I like the idea. I mean, it was great. The problem was this. When people promoted this product, I'll show you. Take a look at this page right here, right? So if I go to Directory of E-zines right now, this is what I see, right? It's $197 still, but look at this. Thousands upon thousands of people were promoting this product, okay? Conversions on this product was about 1%, maybe less, right? And right now, if I go here, there is not even an opt-in page. I can't even capture, a lead. I can't. It's ridiculous, right? How people just promoting directly, sending traffic directly to an offer, and then just hoping they get conversions, right? Well, I was a member of this Directory of E-zines at that time, and I really liked the product. And I said, you know what? Let me be a little bit strategic here, and let me think through this. Again, I've never done this before. Now I can teach you this because I'm teaching you from experience. But that time, here was my thinking at that time, right? I said, you know what? Why would somebody want to buy Directory of E-zines? So Directory of E-zines is for marketers who are promoting something, and most of those guys were business opportunities, promoters, right? So I said, okay, great. Why are they promoting their business opportunity? Well, they're promoting because they want to make money. Aha, that's a little breakthrough. Okay, so people want to make money. That's why they want to get more exposure so they can make more money. But at the end of the day, their true desire, their core desire is, hey, I want to make money. Okay, are you with me here? Right? And I also know from surveying people, I know that most of them were not making money. But yet their core desire was to make money. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try something. I'm going to take a product from ClickBank. This was 2010. I'm going to take a product from ClickBank. I'm going to pick a product. I'm going to send traffic to the product. And I'm going to use solo ads as the single traffic source for that product. Okay? And so I did that, and I was tracking my conversions, and I was tracking, how quickly I could make some money, and I made money within hours. Okay, sending traffic directly. Now, 2010 was totally different world than it is right now. Right, there was a lot of products that were converting, at 5%, 7% conversion rate. So you could actually realistically make money sending traffic directly to an offer if the traffic was qualified for the offer, right? Just for the quick buck. So I did that, and it worked. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna create something I'm gonna call 48-hour cash machine, right? Again, something sexy, something that would be unique, and I'm gonna teach people how to do this process manually. I'm just literally going to give it out, okay, away manually. So, and then I'm just going to, recommend directory of eScenes as a shortcut, okay? So that's exactly what I did. Now, some of you guys heard this before, if you watched my trainings before, because I explained this, but this is how everything started for me, okay? And obviously I've perfected it, since then, and now what we teach inside of High Traffic Academy is the whole totally different level. But you can actually do this right now for whatever offer you're doing, right? It works. Every single promotion I do, I follow this model because it works. Okay, let me show you. Everybody's promoting this page, and I said, you know what? I'm going to create a landing page, okay, capture emails. I'm going to send traffic to this landing page. I'm going to call this lead magnet, which I didn't even know it was called lead magnet at that time. I'm going to call this thing 48-hour cash machine. And basically, here's the message. I said, attention, in less than 2 minutes, you will discover the 48-hour cash machine, how to very easily get cash on demand in 48 hours or less. And I proved it myself, and I documented my results, so I was confident it could work for people, right? And then I did a quick video here. I basically said, hey, it's a 2-minute video. I said, hey, it's Vic. I would like to give you something for free today. It's called the 48-hour cash machine. I'm going to show you a model that I use in my business that allows me to make money within 48 hours or less. If you want it, it's 100% free. All you need to do is enter your email in the form below here, and I'll send you, I'll get you free access to it. Now, this is where I was sending traffic to, okay? Everybody else was sending traffic to this and getting their, 1% conversion rate. I was getting traffic to this page, and I was getting like 50% of people to opt in to this page. I was building my list like crazy, okay? Now, let's dissect this. What is my lead magnet? Knowing what I now know, right? My lead magnet is 48-hour cash machine, okay? The name is sexy, it's memorable, it's easy to remember, and it's something that people, it's like, what is that 48-hour cash machine? I want to make cash, right? But it's speaking directly to the desire of the prospect, right? Their ultimate desire. What's my hook here? Well, my hook is very easily get cash on demand in 48 hours or less. That's what hooks people, because that's what they want, don't they? That's why they're in business, because they want to make money. And if we can help them, show them with a way how to make money in 48 hours, that hooks them. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying here, right? So people opt in, and then I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Logically speaking, when they opt in, they get here, and this is a very, very simple page. And I was just able to replicate this right before shooting this video here for you, so I can show you. This was something I was doing in 2010, and now that I'm thinking about it, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to update this, and I'm going to make this available instead of HTA Elite, and allow you guys to promote this, because this made a lot of people tons and tons of money. I'll talk more about that in just a minute here. Okay. So basically, the inside here was this. Very, very short video, introduction video of myself, just using my computer camera from the computer. I say, hey, this is Vic. Thank you for checking this out. Again, this is Sunday afternoon. I'm just sitting in my office, right? And I'll be like, I'm just going to totally be detached from the outcome. I don't care if people buy directory of eScenes or not. I just want to put this out there and just kind of see what happens, right? So very totally relaxed, totally, detached from the outcome. I said, hey, 48-hour cash machine, here's the idea, here's how it works, and there is 3 things you need to focus on. Again, my friend, here's a side note for you. If you're working with people, if you are in a network marketing company, if you're building a team, you got to keep things simple. Keep it to 3 to 4 things, okay? Confused mind doesn't take action. It's a little psychological side note here for you, right? So when you're doing your marketing, you want to keep things simple, okay? Marketing, again, I teach you a lot about this stuff inside of High Traffic Academy, but marketing is basically educating and simplification, right? It's education and simplification. You educate your people, and then you inspire and motivate them, right? And it's simplification. It's keeping things simple. So what I said is this. Logically thinking, I said, you know what? These people want to make money. What would be something that's very easy to do logically. What could they do? What did I do? Well, I went to ClickBank and I got a product. So step number one is they need to go and create themselves an account on ClickBank, right? Which is a marketplace, an affiliate network that people can promote other people's products without even having to buy anything, right? So I said, okay, great. Step number one is quick setup. So if somebody, again, logically thinking, right? I said step number one is they need to sign up and become an affiliate on ClickBank. Free to sign up. So video number one, I walk them through how to sign up. And right below the video, I said, you know what? Here's a link. Click here to create yourself a ClickBank account, okay, if you don't already have one. Boom. People watch that video, they go, what? You know what? Vic, thank you. I get it. Now I can go to ClickBank, I can sign up, and they moved a step closer to their end destination. Okay? So what happens here, there's a lot of stuff going on psychologically when you set your promotions like this. Number one, they bond with you better. Okay? Their desire to go to the next step increases, and they trust you more because you showed them how to do something, they did it, and they got result. Does that make sense? Okay, so then the next step, now that you have a ClickBank account, right, the next step is for you to pick a product. And so in this video, I walk them through different products on ClickBank and how to pick a product, all that stuff, right? And again, I show them how to pick a product. I say, hey, you can pick any of these products. And it created a positive expectancy for them because they actually went to ClickBank and they saw all these products and they saw how they could create themselves an affiliate link, right, and pick a product. So now you have a product, you have an account on ClickBank, you have a product. What's the next logical step? Keeping it super simple. I know today we're talking about building a list and lead magnets and this and that. Back in 2010, there was no such thing, right? There was like, get traffic to the product. Boom, that's what I did, right, to make money. So I said, step number three is cash in. Keep in mind, notice how I name my videos, right? I could say get traffic for step three, but I chose to say cash in, cashing in. Cashing in sounds a lot cooler and sexier than just get traffic. Does that make sense? Keep that stuff in mind because it's gonna increase your conversions and you're creating your own personality sort of thing, right? Again, we teach, I teach a lot about personality and how to engineer that. It's High Traffic Academy stuff. Anyway, so in this video, I talk about cashing in and what I do in this video is knowing what director of e-zines is gonna do, right, which is a director of e-zines, and it's all about e-zines, and because I want them to buy this at the end, okay, this lead magnet here in this video, cashing in, step number three, I'm going to show them how to get these e-zines, but how to do it manually, how to go on Google and how to do the manual research, and they can still do it if they wanted to, right, they could actually still do that. They wouldn't even have to purchase the product, okay. So in this video, I show them the manual, the long process, the boring process, right? The boring way. And people get it. They're like, okay, man, I can actually go to Google. I can do this is what you showed me in a video. I can follow along. I can model it. And I can, find some publishers and I can run some traffic, right? Boom, they can do that. But then at the end of the video, I say, you know what? That's how you do it manually, but that's not how I personally do it. See, by this time, what happens was I've established trust with these people. I show them some things. They can, I create positive expectancy, right? So there is trust, there is genuine relationship going on now, right? And so in the next video after that, this is like a bonus video, I said, you know what? In the next video, I'm going to show you my super ninja tool, AKA directory of e-zines. Does that make sense? And I didn't call it directory of e-zines. I call it something that's sexy, that's fun, right? Super ninja tool. And I said, you know what? That's what I use to eliminate all that long drawn-out process of manual, research, and saves me tons of time and tons of frustrations, right? And I can get all my research done in about 3 minutes if I wanted to, and get access to hundreds of publishers instantly. Okay, and then in this video, in the next video, I show them literally, I walk them through how I use directory of e-zines. Okay, and what it's like on the inside, all that stuff. What it's doing for me. Make sense? And then below the video, so basically my whole pitch here was maybe about a minute long. Okay, and I said, so this is the tool that I use personally. It works really awesome. I love it. And if you wanted to check it out, I'm actually going to place a link right below this video. You can check it out. But I think if you're serious about taking this to the next level, I highly recommend that you get it. That's it. That's my all call to action. Okay, and I place this link right here. Click here to get your own Super Ninja tool. Guess what? When they click on this, look where they go. See this? Now, here is the crazy part. Everybody else who was promoting directory of easiness directly, okay, without this, right, they were getting like 1% conversion rate, okay. This model for me, right, my conversion rate was 30%. 30%, sometimes even more, with cold traffic, okay. I instantly created myself an income of like $30,000 to $40,000 per month, just like that. Now, without even trying, right? But what's cooler is what happened was my list, I was building a list that was giant, okay? People trusted me because of this lead magnet, right? And there was a relationship, and people were opening my emails because guess what? I showed them something cool. Does that make sense? Does this make sense to you, right? Listen, I don't know what you're promoting, but I want you to start thinking about being a little bit creative with what you do. Okay, your lead magnet. How can you, again, what we do inside of High Traffic Academy Elite specifically is, we take people and put them on hot spots, right, hot seats. And we say, okay, so what are you doing? You're promoting this company. Here is different ideas for you for different lead magnets. Here's how you could do this. Here's how you can structure this, right? And so it's a breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. Because I don't really have that luxury right now, through just talking to you through this camera, I at least hope this is going to open your eyes and you're going to be like, you know what? Let me think about this, how I can apply this in my business. Make sense? So results were really, really awesome. And then what I did is I layered over invisible leverage, the stuff that I talked to you about in the last video for traffic, right? And I turned this whole thing into a replicated system, and I allowed these people to plug in their affiliate link for this product and promote my system, right, my lead magnet, this entire funnel, and create incomes for them. And we had people literally earning tens of thousands of dollars per month just by promoting this funnel. And what happened was my image, my name, my goodwill in the community, it was tremendous, right? And that's kind of how I got, I went from like nobody to, again, reinvented completely my business to $30,000, $40,000, literally created that overnight. And then built, it just snowballed from there, right? But this model works, my friend. Again, it works, okay? So let me give you a couple other examples here. Recently, well, not recently, a few years ago, I joined, a network marketing company, and I said, you know what? Everybody else is promoting, that company's website directly or the landing page. It's saturated. It's all over the place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on a little bit of a different message, right? And I created this landing page, very, very simple. I just had 100% free video reveals how to earn $5,000 to $15,000 per month online without ever talking to anybody step by step. Okay? When they click on show me, they opt in. Okay? And I take them to a simple video, right, to where I explain to them how money is made on the internet, right? And again, similar concept to what I'm sharing with you right now. Okay, it bonded with people, and it allowed me to create enormous income and engineer enormous income in that company. Here's another landing page that I created later for that company. Is basically saying broadcasting now live, right? Discover how this college dropout earned $2.8 million first year working from home with no phone. Okay, and by this time I had some success going on. Here's another promotion that we did for another traffic product. This was, I don't know, probably like a year ago or so. The landing page again was different than what everybody else was promoting. Again, I always do. You have your wrapper different than what everybody else is doing, right? Because you want to stand out. You want to be unique. You want to stand head and shoulders above the crowd, right? So 100% free. This one thing took my income from $0 to $7,900 per day, and you can model it too. Now, again, what's the hook here? Well, the hook here is this one, or the lead magnet is this one thing, right? One thing. And one thing really being knowledge about traffic and conversions, okay? And then what's the big, hook is $7,900 per day, and you can model it too. Hey, I can model it too. Right, so that's a big. Now this page converted at like 60% plus with cold traffic, right? And here is your magic phrase over here, right? Information will be sent to the email address provided above. Again, I practice what I preach, my friend, right? When I promoted anything that I promote, okay, I have a lead magnet for it. Just to be totally transparent with you, my friend here. Okay, man, we gotta wrap up because this thing is going on for way too long, and I hope I'm not boring you with this stuff. I hope this makes sense. I hope you're still, if you're still here, listen, congratulations. It's, I don't know how long we've been going on here for, almost 2 hours or something like that. Okay, so I promoted director of e-zines, okay? My lead magnet was 48-hour cash machine, okay? I promoted a network marketing company, okay? It was called Empower Network, okay? My lead magnet was Big Idea Mastermind. Okay, it was a system, was a marketing system for that. This was a very extensive, very elaborate, we expanded on it a lot because we were building it for a team. I promoted, what else I promoted? I promoted another traffic product. It was called the Internet Traffic Formula that I created. I had a lead magnet for it that was a private training. Okay. To give you, to be totally transparent with you, listen, I'm about to open the doors to High Traffic Academy. And even promoting my own products, I never promote the product directly. Okay, so High Traffic Academy here, okay, we're about to open the doors to High Traffic Academy. What's my lead magnet here? What do you think that is? What do you think this lead magnet is? You're in the middle of it. Do you realize it? Right? My lead magnet is Total Domination Engineering, which is the very same training, this training that you're going through right now. Okay, it's a lead magnet for High Traffic Academy, and we're going to be opening the doors here very soon. Okay, does this make sense? You see what I'm saying here? Again, I literally took you behind the curtain, and I just like revealed to you how I run my business, right? These ideas you can implement. Okay, and you can totally model them, and you can improve on them, you can perfect them, and you can do it in a very cool way, my friend. Most importantly, when you do it like this, you're going to elevate yourself above the rest of the competition. You will never have to, I don't even worry about High Traffic Academy signs up because I know, first of all, there's going to be very limited time when it's going to be open for. And especially, I'm not sure if we're going to do discounts or not. I'm going to talk to you more about that in the next video. I know we had tons of questions coming in from people, saying, Vic, when can we get in? When can we get in? When can we get in? Right? And I'm going to talk to you more about that in the next video. And in fact, in the next video, I actually want to talk to you about something very, very awesome. I'm actually going to do something that's going to blow your mind. Stay tuned for that. I'll have that up in a couple of days. If you like this stuff that I showed with you, right, you're going to be absolutely blown away in the next video. Okay, so definitely stay tuned for the next video. But when we open the doors to High Traffic Academy, I'm not even thinking about this because my whole focus here is Total Domination Engineering. Regardless if you decide to get into High Traffic Academy or not, I want you to benefit tremendously from my lead magnet, which is Total Domination Engineering. Okay, I want this to be so effective that you can apply this in your business right now. You can get massive results. Okay, and I can look you in the eye and I can say, look, if you apply these principles in your business, you will get massive results because I'm not teaching you theory. I'm teaching you from practice. And I've done it many, many times, and I do it over again. And this is what I do in my business right now. Okay, it works. It's going to work for you if you do it. Okay, but you got to be deliberate about it. You got to know what you're doing. You got to study this thing. You got to decide. You know what? I'm going to be a master at this stuff because this is how 1% of people are earning like 99% of all the money that's being earned inside of this industry. Okay, where 92% of people are earning less than $1,000 a month, which is ridiculous, my friend. If you're in that category, you got to do whatever you can to get out from there, right? I want to do everything I can to help you, and I'm confident I can. Because I've been around the block a little bit, right? And I know what's out there, and I have a passion and desire. And hopefully, what I've taught you so far inside of, Total Domination Engineering, hopefully you can get a nugget or two, apply it in your business, and hopefully improve your results. Okay, that's the idea for this. But at any rate, listen, we've been going on here for way too long. I hope this stuff makes sense. You may have to watch this video a few times for it to really digest this information. I know I threw a lot of stuff at you here, but I didn't want to cheat you out from the important stuff. I wanted to deliver the goodies for you, right? And I hope you appreciate it. So if you can do me a couple things. Number one, if you like this video, if you haven't hit the like button, let me know by hitting the like button right below this video. If you want to share it with somebody, feel free to share it. But I want to hear from you. That's the most important thing. So in the comments below, let me know what you thought about this training. Okay, do you think it's going to make a difference for you when you apply it? What do you realistically thought about this? Okay, I'll tell you, some of this stuff that I shared with you, I don't share with anybody outside of like $25,000 mastermind, all right, that I do, private coaching. So I hope that you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I had fun talking to you. I had a great time. I definitely look forward to seeing you here again in a couple days for video number 4. I'm going to be talking about, and I'm actually going to show you something that you have never, ever seen anybody do before. Okay, it's going to be very cool. I look forward to seeing you there. Until then, stay awesome. May God bless you. And thanks for watching this. I appreciate you staying for this long here, almost 2 hours. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.